Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
T-MoeII now out of his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Cousins looking to put it up right away.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Now, this defense for the Lions, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Strong start by this defense. 3rd and short, they go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Goff trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
I know we spent a lot of time talking about how the defensive backs read routes and make plays on the football. How about a good linebacker? Feeling the route, seeing the quarterback, jumps the play, and knocks it away. Really well done.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Jalen Naylor,
his first NFL reception, goes for 6.
And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Joseph connects on the extra point,
and it's now a 7-0 game.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Swift. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
They're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run the counter with Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough at run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 34. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Joseph's got it, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor, maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown.
And in for the Lions, touchdown.
Like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the...
He's got a man, complete. He's at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown, Vikings.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. Joseph connects on the extra point,
and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to happen. Yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen.
Now the return will stop right around the 25. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 21-yard line.
After 17-7 is our score.
17. Lions 7.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Cousins. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Levi Onwuzurike able to record his 5th sack of the season. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Looking to throw.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Picked by Tracy Walker.
And the Lions are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now Goff.
Open man is Quintez Cephas. And he'll be out right at the 35. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
This is Swift on the counter. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The Lions at 4-8 now on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. A shotgun snap for Goff. And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here we go on 4th. Goff. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Cousins gives way to Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's Aiden Hutchinson. He was determined to blow that play up, and he sure did.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Fourth down, Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 39-yard line.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves. And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins to throw it. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
1st down, Vikings.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 20-yard line.
19 yards. 1st down, Minnesota.
to the ground. Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Cousins. He'll find Thielen, work in the middle. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Off the play fake. Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Following the fumble recovery, Goff. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Goff on 3rd down. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot before break here. Goff. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
Greg Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time, The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Hey, let's go. Go, ground. Listen.
Go off a handoff here to Swift. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
He's airing it out for Williams. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a two-possession game might become three. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
Cook up the gut. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw, Cousins. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From the end zone, here comes Williams. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. There he goes, right side. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Lions.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now the touchback's coming back to the 25 instead of the 20. But guys fielding that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. Nuwanger now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Cousins now. Lets it fly for Thielen. It got his man complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. They'll run with Cook. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just a third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to...
And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd down, Swift. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And in for the Lions, touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5.
Commander 1 on the return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop it.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
They'll drop to throw.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Ross Blacklock on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
After the run, Goff going to throw. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. A big play there for Detroit. 52 yards. From up here in the booth, looked like he started to make his cut into the middle of the field right as that ball was being released. That's how you draw it up.
Exactly how you draw it up, but you don't often get that result because that means absolute confidence from both the receiver and the quarterback to know both will be in the spot they're supposed to be.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Goff now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Amani Oruwariye.
And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 12, Goff. Touchdown! 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. And the Lions have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that will make this a 4-point game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Tracy Walker in on the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the 17, Cousins. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Going for the deep ball. And that's intercepted yet again. And that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Lions are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
A little juke. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Second and 2. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
It doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Swift going to try up the middle. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
That's good for the Lions.
Now Goff. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with second down coming up. They'll run right here with Swift. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. And this one taken in by Cephas. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. But a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is of all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Detroit, the win is their fifth of the year as they move to 5-8, and they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9, and they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.